Alright, so the other problem or the other thing we have to do on the Raspberry Pi 3 is that we have to get a remote desktop running so that we can remote desktop into the device itself. So I want to show you that process of creating the remote desktop for the Raspberry Pi 3. So I can remote desktop from a Windows machine. So let's see how that goes. Alright, so what we're doing is that we're installing the remote desktop on this computer so that we can access this Raspberry Pi via remote desktop. So I will have to download a kit called XRDP, or the XRDP, which is the remote desktop for Linux systems. So for that, I'll go to the command in Windows, terminal in Linux, and I will type in sudo, so that I'm super user, and I want to get apt apt.get, and I'm doing xrdp. Oh, I also need to install, so install xrdp, which is my remote desktop. So that should download the package off the internet and also install the package on this device. I'm hoping I have all the dependencies downloaded because I didn't do any update to the last one. So it's downloading, and when it's finished downloading, I'll show you how to remote into that particular device. Right? So I'll cut the video here and we'll catch up afterwards. Alright, so I also noticed that I had to do an update for the repository, and to do the update you would type sudo user sudo apt-get update, and that takes a little while and it updates the repository. And then I did the install one more time, so did the install again of the XRDP just to make sure it pulled in all the necessary files. So again, the first time I did it, I didn't update the repository, and so I had to do the sudo user apt-get update command, press enter, and have it do its thing. And then I came back and I installed apt-get and installed the XRDP. The next step would be to check the IP address, and so when I press that, right now I'm connected via wireless. So here is the IP address that I'm looking for: 192.168.1.17. And so I'll move over to my desktop now and see if I can connect to that IP address. So here we go. Desktop, remote desktop. So I bring up remote desktop on my Windows desktop, and now I type in the IP address 192.168.1.7 and connect. It has to verify. I'll say yes to connect anyway, and it brings up this nice screen. The session you leave as xorg. I think that's, there are other options. So I'll say xorg is the session I want, and my username and password is still default. So username is Pi and password is Raspberry. So this should work. And remember, we're using the Raspberry Pi 3. Yep. So now I have my remote desktop from the same computer that I was using, and now I can view that desktop on my desktop, and therefore I can disconnect now that old monitor and have the Raspberry Pi run on its own, and make use of the pins, and have that remote desktop running on my desktop, which of course I'm recording for you, right? So that's it to connect to the Raspberry Pi 3 via remote desktop. Very easy process. Again, just to review that, you had to download the XRDP, and that didn't work for me the first time, so I had to update the repository. And to do that, you typed in the sudo apt-get update, and that updates the repository for you. And then you did the sudo apt-get install XRDP to have it download the XRDP software. And then I did an ifconfig so I can see what IP address is being used. And then I was able to jump on my Windows machine because it's on the same network, and I ran the program called remote desktop. I connected using the IP address to the Raspberry Pi 3. So now there's no need for me to even have a monitor on the Raspberry Pi 3. I can leave it. I can now show you in the other lesson how to connect the pins to LED. So look forward to lesson 1, hoping to drop that soon. In the meantime, guys, go geek yourself.